What's up, everybody? How's it going? Awesome Practical Elevate Performance. Coming at you live. This is day 8 of 14 of 14 Daily Live Challenge. Obviously, if you haven't seen my post, something different about me today. I dyed my hair. Loving it. Loving it so far. So shiny. Anyways, so today, my live, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of my clients in particular, and how we helped her lose 15 pounds, working through my program, some of the struggles that she went through early on coming into the program, what we did, what her goals were, and all that good stuff. I'm not going to say what her name is, just to respect her privacy. But before I jump into that, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, what it is that I do as a, coach, and a little bit of background on, what we've done so far this year. And thus far, like honestly, not even counting 14-day, like the free 14-day challenge that we did this year. I've personally worked with over 50 people this year, and I feel extremely grateful and blessed. And I don't know how to explain it. I'm just so happy and thankful that I've been able to have this opportunity to help people, pursue their fitness goals and to ensure that they are doing it the right way, sustainably, without any of the without any of the BS that's out there. And so I'm really, really proud of that, and I'm really happy that that has happened. And it's only going to get better and improve, and all that good stuff. So thank you to the comment saying that you're digging my hair. I'm digging my hair too. Anyways, that's besides the point. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk a little bit about this client of mine, kind of explain, what she was going through, what we did to ensure that, she, worked her butt off and got the results that she, deserved and earned through working through my program. So what it's like, working with me and working through my program, a little bit of background on that is, I work with everybody. I typically work a lot with women just because a lot of times that's kind of like, my niche that I like to work with. But like, in terms of, who I work with everybody. I work with people who are extremely overweight and want to lose weight. I work with people who want to build their strength, who want to gain weight, who want to, build muscle, like, you name it. I work with moms, dads, everybody under the sun, old and young. So it's like, whoever, has a fitness goal, it's one of those things where I want to do my best to help make sure that they're, not getting screwed over and making sure that they, reach their goals the right way. But my client in particular, she was, I think when she came into the program, she was sitting at about 165, 170. And she really, 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 wanted to lose weight because she was trying to, get into the military. And so, and when it comes to the military, you have to, meet a certain like weight class. If you guys don't know this, I didn't really necessarily like know this. I was kind of aware of it, but you have to hit a certain weight. You have to be within a certain weight range. Otherwise, I think you don't get in, or something along those lines. Okay. And so, working with her, the main goal was, we got to meet, we need to meet that weight by this certain period of time. And when it comes to that, it's kind of like, I don't like being put on a timeline with things, because it's important that you don't like, push yourself extremely like hard to the point where you like quit and give up and like overstress your system and, not doing it sustainably. And so like, that was one of the things that we worked with. And so we had several months, and in order to hit the weight goal, we only need to lose 15 pounds. But there's other things that go into that though. Like, it's like, what's your mindset coming into this? Like, are you, a disciplined individual? Do you need to work on your discipline? Like, is this just, sheerly motivation coming into this? Like, are you struggling with like confidence issues and things like that? Like, where's your mental health at when it comes into these things? And like, these are all factors that like, I like to try and like, take into consideration. And so, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not a one size fits all, like when it comes to the client. And I really like, I try to take that to heart, and I try to do my best to, ensure that I am taking all these things into consideration whenever somebody is coming into my program. Because not only I am, I working with my clients when it comes to nutrition and their workouts and like the strength training program and all that, but like the mindset is the biggest thing coming into any like workout or nutrition or coaching program at all. Like it's huge because you're not going to do jack shit unless up here is at is where it needs to be basically. And so the first thing is trying to figure out like, and I'm not like a therapist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. That's not what I'm here for. But when it comes to mindset, there's some key things that you really need to be on top of, and you need to be aware of, and you need to be working towards if you want to be successful in a program, long term. And so, with her, um, that was one of the bigger things was making sure that and she'd had not so I don't know, not so great relationships in the past in terms of like family and things like that. And so it was one of those things where it's like those things all kind of play into how they're coming into the program, in terms of like what their mindset's going to be about, what they need to really focus on and work on if they want to make sure that they're successful. And so that's something that we really really hammered on, really tried to work on, was working on goal setting, working on ensuring that you have like working to do your best to have a morning ritual, making sure that you're drinking enough water every day, working on building a strength training program that will help ensure that you can like that you can make sure that um, are doing what you need to be doing in order to hit those ITS scores for like your for the military and things like that. And so I tried to take all those things into consideration because she had a very specific goal, and I like to take a very customized approach in my program. So we worked on building that discipline. We worked on goal setting. We worked, which kind of goes hand in hand. We worked on creating a nutrition like plan in terms of specific calories and macros that would ensure that she was losing fat and maintaining muscle, and also building the muscle, especially as she went down in weight. And so those are things that you have to take into consideration. Otherwise you're not going to look or feel how you want to look and feel whenever you get down to your goal like weight, which is another thing that we is really important to work on and work with is the scale is just a factor. It's just one way of measuring your success in a program. And I personally don't like, I think it's important to keep track of, but it's something that is way overrated in terms of how you value your progress, because it's like what else are you thinking of? Are you taking into consideration how they're feeling? Are they feeling more confident? Are they feeling more energetic? Are they getting stronger? Like are you feeling, like I said, more like more confident? Like is like are there's a lot of other factors that go into how successful you are becoming, or how successful you are in a program towards your goals. Because like a lot of times like people have like goal weights, but then when they get to their goal weight they're like, oh, I don't look how I thought I was going to look, or oh, like where do we go from here? And so those are things that you have to kind of take into consideration, that I like to take into consideration when I'm working with people. But yeah, so through all those things, through working together for that time period, we were able to get her you know, through sheer, discipline, working on, keeping her accountable, and, making sure that she was doing what she was supposed to be doing. We ended up, thankfully we ended up, succeeding and reaching her goals, and she was able to get down to, her goal weight and even then some. And now she's, on her way and heading out, and, it feels really good. It feels really good to help people reach their goals. And like I picked this story in particular just because, this client of mine was extremely hardworking. Like, I, a 5-star client basically in terms of, how dedicated and hardworking, and, asking questions and learning, and, being open and not being afraid to ask questions, is such an important part of learning. Like how are you going to learn, or how is a coach supposed to know what you don't understand unless you talk about it and ask about it. So that's something too that I really like to try and harp on and encourage with all my clients is, don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, talk to me. Like, let me know if you're struggling with something or understanding like a concept or an exercise or something like that. So yeah. So all in all, it was awesome. And like, I've I, I don't know. I'm just very happy. I'm very proud and looking forward to what the future holds. And especially for a lot of my other clients that I've got, like, this is just one story out of like you know several other clients of mine. And like, keep your eyes peeled, because I've got a couple of people in the future that are going to be, I'm going to have some pretty sweet spotlights for. So stay tuned for that. And if you're looking for somebody who cares about your goals, wants to see you succeed, and will pretty much do whatever it takes to make sure that happens, I'm your guy. And I'd love to work with you. But that being said, that's my life for today. I hope you guys have a great, it's Tuesday, right? I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. I'll talk to you tomorrow. If you enjoyed this, hashtag replay. If you're watching this at a later time, let me know what your number one takeaway was in the comments down below. Love to hear from you. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.